Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Nikola Motors. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to drop a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investing journey together. So today we're going to be talking about Nikola Motors. And if you don't know what Nikola Motors actually is, it's a company that is trying to basically get into the large EV truck industry. As you guys know, Nikola Motors came out pretty strong, led by Trevor Milton, former CEO of the company. Basically came out and said, yes, we're going to produce these large EV trucks. They're going to be the best things in the world. And basically, the company has not been doing well. And I'm kind of in this video to really kind of explain why. And on top of that, explain where Nikola Motors is kind of really headed. So if we look at the 5-year chart, guys, this thing IPO'd June 3rd of 2020. And the thing is, if you guys take a look, there was a huge spike when this stock first IPO'd. As you guys know, a large battery powered truck is actually a fantastic idea, and it's a huge market that's actually untapped. So when Nikola Motors was going with this, was actually not a bad idea. But as time went on, people really started to doubt the company as the company kind of just started to sink. As you guys look at the 1-year chart here, ever since its IPO, it's down 34%, $11.49. And it's not because of what Trevor Milton was doing or anything like that, but as time went on, people really started to realize that, okay, we have a company here who's a huge company with a huge market cap that's bigger than Ford, bigger than a lot of these other companies, but Nikola Motors actually hasn't even sold a product. That's right, they don't even have a running factory. They haven't sold anything, and it kind of led people to be kind of suspicious of the stock. People were wondering, when is Nikola Motors actually going to get the show on the road? As you guys know, Nikola Motors wanted to produce the Badger, but when they looked at the Badger kind of pre-orders, they weren't that impressive, which kind of led the stock to sink. And what kind of really, led to the downfall of Nikola Motors was the short seller report, basically saying that Nikola Motors is a fraud company, basically saying that Nikola Motors, they lie to investors, and they're overstating their technical prowess, saying that Trevor Milton promised all these things and all these promises that they cannot keep. Now, as you guys know, the thing is with Nikola Motors, and the thing that makes its story interesting is its involvement with General Motors. Now, I know a lot of people are like, okay, so what does General Motors have to do with this? So if you guys don't know, General Motors actually wanted to take an 11% stake in Nikola, and they wanted to co-produce the Badger truck. And as you guys know, now they're still in talks, as General Motors actually hasn't acquired anything just yet. But General Motors is in talk of actually wanting to acquire more of Nikola Motors, even defending Nikola Motors, saying that they've done their due diligence and Nikola Motors is a legit company. Even a couple of days ago, they published an article saying that, we're sticking by this. We're sticking by Nikola Motors. We like what they have to offer, and they want to get their show on the road. And this is kind of what's keeping Nikola Motors afloat and why Nikola Motors actually isn't at zero. But it leads investors to question, should I invest in Nikola Motors? Is now a good time to invest in this stock? And obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice, guys. It's just my personal opinion. But for me, personally, right now, I'm actually staying away from Nikola Motors. Now, obviously, if you guys are invested in Nikola Motors, that's okay. I'm not hating, and I know that the whole EV market is starting to grow like crazy, but the reason why I'm kind of just staying away from Nikola Motors is because I don't know what the future actually holds for Nikola Motors. Yes, I will give it credit that, okay, with GM backing them up, saying that they're going to co-produce the Badger and have it done by 2022 is good news for the stock and stuff like that, but overall, I don't know where Nikola Motors is going to be headed. Like I said, Trevor Milton basically just ran away from the company. He said he was resigning, and he ended up resigning, and they haven't sold a product yet, and people are kind of just getting impatient of where Nikola Motors is headed. And, they're people saying that they're overstating the technical prowess and stuff like that. The only other benefit of the doubt I give Nikola Motors is the market that they're actually targeting. You guys have to understand, not only is the EV market blowing up like crazy, not only is there huge demand for EV cars, but EV trucks that have not been produced yet. You guys have to understand that this is going to be a game-changing industry. And the fact that Nikola Motors wants a piece of this does give some hope for the stock itself. Obviously, I'm just giving a most unbiased review. As I said, I'm not investing in Nikola Motors just yet. I want to see actual, production, and I actually want to see the company continue to go, maybe even start giving, some analyst buys and analyst upgrades and stuff like that. But right now, aside from GM is basically the only thing holding up Nikola Motors. But like I said, Nikola Motors, the industry that they're targeting is going to be a huge industry. And I know it's going to be a game-changing one. I know Tesla is also rolling out into it as well. We have Workhorse stock and we have Highland. So you have a lot of these companies who not only are producing EV cars, but they want to get into the large pickup truck EV industry, producing like big semi trucks. And like I said, you know, you drive on the freeway, you drive on the road every day, you see these trucks everywhere. So I know that it's going to be a huge market. But looking at Nikola Motors stock in general over the last 5 years, or ever since its IPO stock, it has not been doing that well, and it continues to sink. And it makes people wonder, should I buy the dip? Should I just sell my positions? I think if you have positions, you should just hold and see what happens if you're already at a big loss. But if you're skeptical on buying Nikola Motors, I would actually wait on actually buying the stock and see where the stock is actually headed. And you guys have to also understand too is, when is Nikola Motors going to get itself on the road? And when GM actually secures a stake in Nikola Motors would probably be a better time to buy the stock. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Nikola Motors. Are you guys invested in Nikola Motors? Are you staying away from Nikola Motors? I'm very, very curious to know what you guys think of Nikola Motors. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.